Hi, welcome to Science Chomp. Today we're going to be looking at the thin lens formula part 2. So we are going to look at how to work out the image distance in this episode. So the question here says a 15 centimeter object is placed 60 centimeters from a convex lens which has a focal length of 15 centimeters. Find the distance of the object. The first thing that we have to do is write down the formula. Remember, for the formula, you end up getting marks. So 1 over p plus 1 over q. P is object distance, q is image distance. This is what we're trying to work out. So if we rearrange it, what you do is you take this plus 1 over p and you take it over to the other side and it becomes minus 1 over p. So you end up like this, 1 over f minus 1 over p is equal to 1 over q, like so. Okay? Let's start putting the numbers in. So we have a focal length of 15 centimeters, so 1 over 15, minus the object distance, which is 60 centimeters, so that's 1 over 60, equals 1 over q. The next step is to make the denominators the same, okay? And 15 multiplied by 4 gives you 60. So you've got to multiply this by 4 and the numerator by 4 as well. So let's just write that in over here like so. So if we solve this, what we will have is 4 over 60 minus 1 over 60, which equals 1 over q. Now, if you work this out, this is going to give you 3 over 60, which equals 1 over q. Fairly straightforward. However, we can simplify this, and by simplifying, it's probably best to divide the top and bottom numbers by 3, and you end up with 1 over 20 is equal to 1 over q. Now, this is not the final answer. There we are. 1 over 20 is equal to 1 over q. What you then do is you cross multiply. So you multiply q with 1 and 20 with 1 like so. And you end up with 1 times q is equal to 1 times 20. And if you solve that, it's x equals 20. Of course, we need the units, so our units are the same as what's in the question. It's centimeters. Let's look at another example. A 15 centimeter object is placed 30 centimeters from a convex lens, which has a focal length of 15 centimeters. Find the distance of the image. So, as before, we have to start off with our equation. 1 over f equals 1 over p plus 1 over q. We're trying to work out the image distance, so what we do is we take this plus 1 over p, take it over to the other side, and it becomes minus 1 over p. So that gives us 1 over f minus 1 over p is equal to 1 over q. So focal length, object distance, image distance. Now we can start putting in the numbers. We have over here the focal length, 1 over 15 minus, and it's the object distance is 30 centimeters, 1 over q. Okay? As before, what we've now got to do is make the denominators the same. So this is a case of multiplying this by 2. And of course, if we multiply this bit by 2, we have to multiply that bit by 2. So this then gives us 2 over 30 minus 1 over 30 is equal to 1 over q. Okay, 2 minus 1 is 1, so you end up with 1 over 30 is equal to 1 over q. And then you cross multiply. So by cross multiplying, we have 1 times q is equal to 1 times 30, which means q is equal to 30. Add the unit, it's in the question, it's centimeters. And it's as easy as that. So let's just very quickly recap how I did this question. First of all, I started off with my formula. This gives me 1 mark. Then I rearranged the formula to have 1 over q because the image distance is what we're trying to work out. Put the numbers in and then make sure that the denominators are the same. That leads us to this part here. Once we've got the denominators the same, we can just very simply subtract here. Gives us this figure. But we've got this issue that it's a couple of fractions. So what we then do is we cross multiply. 1 times q, 30 times 1. So you end up at this point over here. And then, you know, it's very simple, very easy just to work that last part out. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to tune in for part 3 where we work out object distance.